Are vegans really dating meat eaters? In today's Face to Facts Friday, we'll take a look at some new information that reveals the truth about vegans dating meat eaters. Not only that, we'll talk about PETA's latest big stunt. And sorry to the PETA fans out there, you're not gonna like what I've got to say about this one. We're gonna take a look at what Piers Morgan has been saying about vegans. He's got a new show, and in his first episode, he's already targeting us vegans. That didn't take long, did it, Piers? We'll find out what's going on, and of course, we'll roast the little meat flake. We're also going to find out why these farmers are furious. Spoiler alert, they're being sensitive little meat flakes too.
No way!
And then finally, because I know you love the drama, I'm going to respond to some of the dumbest comments that people have left on my videos from the last week. Let me know you're ready to start the video by hitting that like button right now, and let's talk about the vegans dating meat eaters. Look, there's no two ways about it. Vegans are extremely judgmental. I mean, we won't even date meat eaters. Majority of vegans will not even consider dating a meat eater. 52% of vegans wouldn't date a meat eater. It seems a lot of vegans want to shove their morals down the throats of meat eaters, but not their tongues, or anything else for that matter.
Maybe your best course would be to tread lightly.
Another survey on BLM supporters found that 99% of them wouldn't date a racist. A survey on feminists found that 99% of feminists wouldn't date a sexist. A survey on straight women found that 99% of them wouldn't date Piers Morgan. But we'll talk more about that numpty a little later.
They don't just think they're right, they know they're right.
Funny how most people understand why feminists wouldn't date a sexist, or why BLM supporters wouldn't date a racist, but they'll cry about vegans not wanting to bang someone who eats chopped up baby animals. I mean, as a vegan, the top 3 things to look for in a partner have to be: they don't chow down on pieces of animal or anything that comes out of any hole on an animal. They're willing to talk about nothing but veganism, obviously. And 3, they're happy to never have sex, because neither of us are ever going to have enough energy anyway, because, you know, the veganism. Just kidding on that last one, obviously. Vegans have that elite level blood flow.
So hard.
Vegans, would you date a meat eater? Meat eaters, would you date a vegan? Let me know. I'm all about supporting vegans, but sometimes I have to take a bit of a shit on vegans. This week, it's PETA's turn. Most of the time I support what PETA does, but this isn't one of those times. PETA protesters superglued themselves to the headquarters of Starbucks in Seattle to make a point. What was that point? To highlight the horrors of the dairy industry? To try and pressure Starbucks to go fully plant-based? No. This protest was to try and get Starbucks to drop the 70-cent charge on plant milk when you order a coffee. PETA says they were doing it as some kind of environmental protest. Right.
Are you serious?
This is literally the most first world protest. What's next for PETA? Chain themselves to the McDonald's head office until they add a vegan truffle mayo to their McPlant burger? Glue themselves to the doors of Burger King until they launch a vegan caviar side dish?
Are you feeling at all degraded or oppressed?
A little.
No one needs Starbucks coffee. And if you really can't live without that coffee, but you also can't live without that 70 cents, take your own vegan milk and order your coffee black. Nonsense like that gives anti-vegans like Piers Morgan some low-hanging fruit to roast vegans with. Piers Morgan just started his new show. It's called Piers Morgan Uncensored. And I needed that about as much as I need nutrition advice from Miley Cyrus.
My brain wasn't functioning properly.
Were you doing a vegan diet like meticulous?
The strictest you've
Were you
ever
doing
known.
it, but you doing it intelligently? Like
I
were you
did all my
supplementing the
supplements.
right way?
I do
and-
all my protein drinks. I've watched every bodybuilder's YouTube.
Piers just couldn't help himself from targeting vegans in his opening monologue, and trans people, and celebrities. Let's take a look at a short clip of what he said, including what he said about us evil vegans.
Or ideological imperialists waving your digital snitchforks, hounding good men and women out of their jobs and reputations because they tweeted something you didn't like.
Yeah, whatever, Piers. You really think that? Oh, wait. I'm actually sick of that too.
Or hypocrite celebrities pontificating about equality from their massive mansions and constantly preaching one thing while doing the complete opposite themselves. I think you know the type, right, Your Royal Highness?
I'm always roasting hypocritical celebrities. Is Piers Morgan spitting facts right now?
Or trans Trojans engulfing the internet in your flames of rage when women dare to say things like, women exist.
He's got a point. The trans debate has gone crazy over the last year or so. It's insanely heated.
Or internet excavators raking over ancient social media profiles in search of fossilized evidence that someone you disagree with wasn't Mother Teresa.
I came here to get angry at Piers Morgan, and I'm just agreeing. Is Piers Morgan right, or am I turning into an old bigot? I feel a sudden urge to smoke cigars, drink brandy, and complain about there being too many immigrants.
Or prevaricating politicians who lie, cheat, break the law and blunder without accepting accountability.
I'm a big fan of calling out hypocrite politicians.
Or vegan virtue signalers who want to make mincemeat out of people like me for eating steak without seeing the irony.
What? And you were doing so well, Piers. How is there irony in vegans criticising meat eaters? Because they're making mincemeat out of you, so being mean isn't vegan? I'm definitely not vegan then. Who's coming to take my vegan card from me? Do I lose my vegan powers right away, or is there a grace period?
Freeze! Vegan police! Vegan police! You're under arrest for veganity violation. Code number 827. No vegan powers!
If we literally made mincemeat out of Piers Morgan, he wouldn't be sitting there on his new show, would he? Someone would be enjoying him in a very salty cottage pie.
The one common trait of all these people is insufferable self-righteousness. They don't just think they're right, they know they're right.
No, Piers, vegans don't think we're right. We know we're right. Oh wait, he just said that, didn't he?
And anyone who said otherwise must be destroyed.
I don't think the majority of vegans want to destroy people, ruin their lives or anything. We always get lumped in with these Twitter cancel culture morons. Even if we wanted to, vegans can't cancel people for eating meat. We'd be cancelling like 99% of the population. Only the LGBT movement has the power to do that.
He's out of line, but he's right.
All vegans want is for people like Piers to stop killing and abusing animals for a snack. And you only get made mincemeat out of when you do dumb shit, like spitting out vegan food on live TV.
Because they've got the same seasoning.
God.
Flavoured.
Or when you try to drag up a vegan's dark past because he's absolutely stomping you in a debate.
You don't believe in harming other human beings?
I don't believe in harming other human beings or animals, no.
So in September 2011, you were arrested when police found a loaded, sawn-off pump-action
Oh, a
rifle.
character attack.
No, a
Has
fact.
this got anything to do with the
fact.
topic at hand?
Oh yeah, I just remembered why Piers Morgan really is a massive prick.
Well, I've got some breaking news for you tonight. Nobody's right all the time. Not even me, although my record is admittedly better than most.
Right, but you can't just say that whenever someone proves you wrong, you numpty. If a vegan says, "Hello, Piers, why pay people to kill animals when you could just eat something else?" "Well, nobody's right all the time, and I think you're wrong because I like steak." Doesn't really cut it. If Piers Morgan's steaks are as salty as he is, he'll be headed for a heart attack pretty soon. But even Piers isn't as salty as the farmers in the next story. They're furious with their local council. What horrible crime did this local council commit against the poor farmers? Oh, you won't believe what they did. It's almost too disgusting for me to say out loud. They committed the sin of sending an email gently encouraging their staff to cut back on meat and try a healthier plant-based diet instead. I can totally see why they're furious. This is horrifying. Listen to what these soft-arse farmers said. Charles George of Wolfscastle called it a kick in the teeth. They've got it completely wrong. They should be out there encouraging people to eat local, to support local businesses, instead of having some vegan food that might have come from anywhere in the world. My wish would be that Pembrokeshire Council would endorse our product and instruct their families to buy more locally produced, locally sourced products. Oh, maybe I was a bit too hasty. They're only upset because they want the council to promote local foods. Right, okay, that would make sense. Apart from the fact the council email literally says, try to eat local, seasonal foods to reduce emissions from transport and refrigeration. Aren't animal farmers so self-entitled?
No, it's not fair.
I'm about to respond to some of the dumbest comments I've had on my videos from the last week, but first, let's have a look at a few more interesting stories from this week's news, starting with a murder in the meat industry, but not of an animal. Over in the States, there's a manhunt going on at the moment for a criminal who was on work release working in a chicken plant. This guy stabbed and killed a co-worker after an argument over a cigarette. Hey, because you know what's always a great idea? Putting convicted criminals in violent jobs.
Are you serious?
Nothing helps criminals rehabilitate like getting them to stab animals for 9 hours a day. Well done, meat industry. This murder's on you, just like all the billions of other animals you murder every year. At least the meat company in the next story is doing something sensible, but they've just invested in a vegan meat startup. Get on board with the change or get left behind. Most animal ag businesses are going to learn that lesson the hard way. The proof is in the vegan pudding. 42% of college campuses in the US are moving towards plant-based food in their canteens. And it's going to be way more than 42% soon enough. That's great news. Now it's time to respond to the dumbest comments I've seen this week in today's Meat Flakes of the Week.
It's time for Meat Flakes of the Week.
Shut up. No. Hi, you have intelligent but not in mind. Your intelligent is in knee. Oh no, Nikhil found out my secret. It's really my knee that does all of this. Guys, no, he's coming back. No. This video is little more than vegan propaganda. No, that's not true at all. I only post vegan propaganda. There's nothing more. That dead animal is delicious. Oh, this is a variation of the usual comment we get. The meat is good. That dead animal is delicious. Nice to see them mixing it up a little bit. Vegans' problem is that they think animals have feelings like we humans do. No, I think the real problem is most people assuming they don't have any feelings because they don't want to feel bad about eating a burger. If someone is popular, just make a video against him. Boom, you're famous. Nice try, David. This guy knows what's up. That's how you make it on YouTube. You heard it here. Not even sarcasm, that's totally true. Advice, you're pretty bad at this. Switch your profession. I'd be offended, but this makes a nice change from people saying YouTube isn't a real job. At least Aditya says it's a profession. Just because of this vid, I'm graving the rifle and going for a walk. You buried your rifle and went for a walk because of my video? Why? You only like to get comments out of your controversial videos, so you justify violence for cruel humor. What are you talking about? I never take comments from my videos and respond to them for content. That's something I literally never do. I have disliked this video. Now it's your turn. Do as he says, guys. Hit that dislike button right now. Are you serious? WTF? Are you on something? Yeah, of course I'm on something. I'm on a chair. Duh. This video makes me want to eat a bacon burger. Well, this comment makes me want to eat a tofu burger. Your logic is immature. No it isn't. And if you disagree with me, I'm going to get my dad to beat up your dad. All right? So your solution to animal cruelty is to breed them out of existence? Great man, you are awesome. So your solution to animal cruelty is to keep breeding man-made animals into existence to abuse their bodies and kill them? Oh yeah, that's totally the better solution, isn't it? Obviously. Bro, do research. On what? Like the Ottoman Empire? Like, what do you want me to research? If you enjoyed today's video, you'll love this one from a few years back. Keep calling out that BS. I'll see you in the next one.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.